Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the very first episode of Sprint TV by the Run Free Project. Hope you're doing well today. We do this weekly on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time to give you the knowledge and best practices within the Run Free platform to maximize your engagement. Be sure to X out of the chat and hit like and subscribe. If you find yourself here as an attempt to get here from our first live stream attempt earlier today, my apologies. I'm learning the YouTube live stream situation and I messed up. However, the show must go on, as they say. What we're going to talk about today is three very important new features that the Run Free Project has recently introduced and how to use them to their fullest effect. Those are menus, pages, and collections. They are all related to one another, and I'm going to show you how they're related and then give you a little bit of a demonstration. The idea here is to be as quick as possible. I know for those of you who know me well, that is a difficult thing for Run Free Rob to do, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. First, what are menus? Well, menus are at the top of a web page and they allow you to click a drop down menu and select a page to go to. They're how you navigate a website. We've recently added these menus to the Run Free Project platform so that you can customize them however you would like. More on that in a minute. Pages are the actual content of any given landing page in your store. This is a new concept, a relatively new concept. A lot of you guys use custom home pages, same idea, but a whole lot more freedom, and you can do lots and lots of things. So think about you can create a page for absolutely anything. It could be your store's homepage. You could host your website on the Run Free Project. We'll talk about that in a few minutes too. It could be a page that features some back to school items. It could be an About Us page talking about your store. You name it, you can make a page about it. The next piece is the collections. Within a page, you can place collections, and collections are really just a souped up version of categories. You create a collection, you drop products into that collection, and then you can add collections to pages, and it makes it really super duper easy. Now, just to kind of drive home the relationship between these three features before I jump into the demonstration, uh, of course, you have the menu at the top, and menus take you to pages, and you set these menus up. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Menus can also take you to collections. So what I mean by that is if you create a collection, that collection has its own page by itself. So the example here on the right, the what's on sale, that is just a collection. So if you don't feel like designing a page for a specific collection, you don't have to. It has a page for it. That said, if you want to make a really pretty page and drop the collection inside of it, you definitely have that option and we would encourage it. So without further ado, let's jump over and see if we can take a look around the store. So hopefully you can see the Intergalactic Running Company homepage. This is our pretend running store. It doesn't actually exist. We use it to do demonstrations like this. And I'm going to run through essentially the concept of pages in a live setting so that you can understand exactly how they work. So this, what you're looking at here, is probably familiar to those of you who have played around with the custom homepage option that we have right now, and that is a custom homepage for the store. So you can see that we have it pointed to intergalacticrunning.com. Most of you have yours pointed to shop.yourrunningstore.com. Doesn't have to stay that way, and we'll talk about how in a few minutes. So this page gives me a bunch of different customization options. And now that we have pages, collections, and menus, you can see here that each of these menu items is something that's new and customized. So if I want to look at the Intergalactic Running Company news and events, I simply click news and events and it brings me here. And I can see all the stuff that's coming up from the Run Free Project, pardon me, from Intergalactic Running Company. If I go and I can also add new releases the sale items that I showed you earlier, this takes me to that collection. So you can see you've got lots of um, variability. And it doesn't have to be links to store pages either. It can be links to absolutely anything you want. So to give you an example, let's say that I want to make the shopping experience a little more interesting for my customers. And so I'm going to create pages and collections to do that. So if I go click women's apparel, I now have a landing page that I created that makes it easier for my customer to go through the various types of women's apparel. It's a much more interactive process than simply clicking categories or something along those lines. And there's a couple of different ways that we can take this, right? So if I click tops and tanks, that takes me to another page that I made specifically for tops and tanks. And it contains the women's tops and tanks collection. So I can add to and remove items from this collection anytime I want, and it's not going to mess anything up. I can remove this collection entirely and put something different in there if I want to. Uh, the world is your oyster. So this is 2 pages, 1 page, 2 page, and they make the whole experience a whole lot easier. You don't have to create a custom page for everything that you're selling either. So for shorts, for example, if I click that, it's going to take me to the women's shorts category in the e-commerce classic view that everybody's used to seeing. And that's perfectly reasonable as well. It's a great user interface. It's, mobile dynamic. Everyone's used to using it, and so on. Very, very straightforward to build this stuff. And like I said, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you would like with pages, collections, and menus. I'm going to jump up here and show you another really cool part about these pages, collections, and menus. If I go to the admin side of my Run Free dashboard and I click Layout, it's going to bring me to this kind of new area where menus, pages, collections, and other items are managed. So you can see here that this is my menus, my menu, and you can see that I have different nesting options with that menu that I've gone in and created. So if I wanted to add a new menu item and say, I can go in here and choose a link type, so I could make it a page, and then I can send folks to new page and add, and it's that simple. And when I save that menu, it's going to be right there on the front side. So very, very easy to use. Your home page, which most of you are probably used to dealing with, where you can toggle between the classic view, which is that standard sort of gridded view of items that you might be used to seeing in any given e-commerce situation, over to the custom homepage, which you guys saw a few minutes ago that has sliders and so on. And we've got another video on how to maximize that. You can also set the homepage to a page builder page. So what that means is if I set it to the page builder page that I called home and hit save, the next thing I know, if I go to intergalacticrunning.com, it takes me to this page that I created. In other words, you can create your entire website from within the Run Free project, set it up to land on the front page of that website, and then you can integrate your e-commerce store throughout your website. Makes it much easier and much more of a single experience for your customers. And the idea behind what we're doing at the Run Free project is to make things easy, to automate as much as possible, and to connect things together so that you only have to do stuff in one single place and your customer's experience feels like dealing with the store no matter what they do. So if I click Shop Online, it is going to take me to my store page. Now, I can also go in here and pull that back. So if I wanted to, if I said, I'm just going to take it back to my custom homepage just because I want to. I only want it to land on my store. I don't want to bring my whole website to Run Free for free, by the way. There is no charge to use this. It brings me back here. So, a couple more things. In the layout section, pages are here. Ultimately, you can create a new page, and there's a lot of really easy to use features on each of these sections. Now, I promised that I would go quickly, so I'm going to do the best that I can to do that. You can enter a page title and a URL. The cool thing about this page URL is that you can put anything in there that you want, and it will fix it so that it works on the internet for you. So I could say testing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when I click away from that, it's going to recreate that page URL to work with the website. Super duper cool, super easy. You don't have to keep up with stuff. For those of you who are looking for SEO optimization, just like all of the content that we have on the Run Free Project platform, you can optimize SEO specifically. And you also get a Google listing preview in that process too. It's very straightforward. Within the page, you can create sections. And so it's as simple as clicking a section, uploading an image like this, adding a title, and if you want to, you now have a little subheading. So when I save that page, it's going to pop me back to the page's listing, and I can go in here to test, view, and I now see this is a test page and this is a little description. Pretty cool, right? Within that test page, I can then go in and add all kinds of different blocks of content. So images with text, and all this stuff is formatted so that when you add it, it's going to look really good. It's going to be formatted dynamically for mobile users as well, because most of the people who are going to be visiting your store and your website are going to be doing so from their mobile device. Pardon me. And you can drop in any kind of customization that you would like as well. So if I wanted to put a collection below that, I would just simply put featured collection, choose which one I would like to use, choose how many products I would like to display at the beginning. So if I've got a bunch of products, I can list like the first 3 or 6 and then have something that says click here to see the rest of the products in case you have other stuff on that page. And then I can save it. And when I take a look at that test page, I see my collection right there. Very, very easy. Same basic concept goes for collections. So in the end, you click add a new collection, give it a title, give it a page URL, which automatically sets it up really nice. I won't bore you with all of this stuff, but in the end, you do need to add an image because it needs an image for SEO purposes. And I can go in here and add items however I'd like. The other cool thing about this, and again, I'm doing this for speed, of course, is I can change the order of the items in the collection. So it makes it really easy for you to present exactly what you want to present to your customers in exactly the format that you want. And then I can save my collection. And as I mentioned before, this test collection it can be placed inside of a page, or it can simply be referenced as a page itself. So if you see here, collections/testing-1, 2, 3, 4. If I wanted to go back to the page that I just created and replace the collection on that page with the new one that I just made, I simply choose it. I'm going to say show all, save it. It's going to return me to the page's view. I can click the little down arrow, click view, it'll take me to that page. Bada bing, bada boom. I've got my collection within my page. And of course, you can link pages together simply by using the URL. And we've tried to make that really easy for you by giving you a drop down with um, options. So for example, the page builder page, if I, wanted to look at it, it's going to be a drop down like this. I don't have to remember all of those links or anything like that. All very straightforward and simple. And this is what really dials you up to the next level. If you need help, click the chat feature right down here in the lower right hand corner and send us a message. Most of you have done so. You know that we get back to you really quickly. We're happy to walk through some of this with you. If you want to migrate your existing website over to Run Free, get in touch with us and let us know. We can go through that process with you, or you can do it yourself. And like I said, when you have a chance to play around with the pages, collections, and menus and create your website, you'll be able to do a lot of really, really, really powerful stuff. One of the really cool things about this as a web builder is for app customers, we have news and events that get uploaded to the app, and now you have pages that you can go to with your events automatically listed with all the stuff automatically put in there. So you only have to create the event one time on the Run Free project side. It populates to your app so your users can sign up for the event, check into it through your app like they're used to doing, and it goes to your website. Pretty cool stuff, right? I think so. Hopefully that was quick enough. Hopefully it was easy to understand. Pages, collections, and menus. Now you can host your entire website with the Run Free project at no extra charge. And you can customize your entire store, your entire website to whatever degree you want. It's completely optional and super duper powerful. One other thing that I would like to mention is, of course, that we are doing this every Thursday at 1:30. If you have ideas, please comment below on the next subject. Obviously, drop us a line at hello@runfreeproject.com. And thanks again so much for your time. Cheers, everyone.